Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to this week's episode of Random Behavior. I'm Potter,
I'm Mark.
and today we'll be talking about
Disney and
Woo!
everything you want to do.
Disney.
Wow. That was so much excitement and just, I don't know, so much energy coming out of you, dude.
Honestly, I haven't been to Disney in what year are we in? 2019.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since 2016 when I had an annual pass.
Oh, dude, you don't want to buy an annual pass because that's just hella expensive now. Like, I remember annual passes were like $400 and then it's top of the line. And now it's like $1,000, and that only gets you throughout the year, but the last 2 weeks.
But like 3 years ago, it was about $800. It was $1,000 if you wanted to do like the super high premium. And I mean, I don't spend Christmas and New Year's in Disney, so
I mean, who wants to?
There are people that actually want to do that. Like their life is Disney. Like
I kind of did when I had that ability, but then as soon as that privilege was taken, I was just like, you know what? It's like one of the most miserable places on earth those last 2 weeks.
Why miserable?
It's miserable in the sense that you're just like sardine canned, you know? It's like...
Explain
sardine can,
oh,
you know?
Sardine.
Everyone's just like compact. The lines are longer than they have to be. Like, if I can't get on like fucking Winnie the Pooh's ride in 5 minutes, I don't want to even be there.
Do they have a Winnie the Pooh ride in...
Dude, where the hell have you been?
I don't go to those rides. Like, I'll do Peter Pan,
See, Peter Pan's another ride that you just have to wait ridiculously long for. And, I mean, yeah, it's one of the great rides, but still, like, I wouldn't wait, like, an hour and a half for it. I'm sorry. I'd do maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes at most.
True. I mean, when I go, I decide that the big rides I want to do would be anything that has a camera on them, because we get to make funny faces, pictures. Yeah, you know, like, and then use the annual pass and just grab the pictures afterwards. But we were just talking a moment ago that you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore. They took that privilege away. I think you have to have the Signature Plus to even get the pictures. But one way I think you can get away is the the Max Pass.
What's that?
So it's like a fast pass that you can do on your app. And pretty much you can download the pictures from there. And I mean, you know, doing the Max Pass, you'd want to like just utilize the photo pass, like you were saying, like getting all the pictures that you couldn't do. It's really cool in the sense that you don't have to go to the actual attraction to get the pass. You can actually just download on your app, on the Disney app, and then you can add people to your party. So that way it's all like linked with getting the fast pass too.
Oh.
Yeah, so I recently went with Ruben, and he added me to the party.
Because he has it.
Because, well, no, he doesn't have an AP, but he bought the tickets on the app. He added the Max Pass or whatever.
You're the one that told me, dude.
I don't know. I just use it, okay?
Yeah.
I just pay it was $10. They kicked it up to $15.
For unlimited download for like a day?
That day.
Just that day?
That day.
Oh, that's boo-boo.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, you kind of now pay for it.
Yeah.
But overall, I mean, it's cool because, I mean, it saves you time from having to go from, like, Small World all the way down to Indiana Jones or, you know, as far as, like, Winnie the Pooh or, I mean, even at the parks. So, say if you wanted to get a fast pass for Cars Land and you're at Disney, you never have to leave Disney to get that fast pass to go across the way.
So it's kind of similar to how they do it in where is it in Florida at Walt Disney World.
But in the sense that one's actually free though.
Oh, okay.
Because you get 3 a day, but it has to be in the same park.
True, and as long as you have that little watch band type.
Yeah, the magic. I think it's Magic Band. I don't know.
Last time I was there was like 4 or 5 years ago. So
I think I was there about 2. I did a run there. It's pretty awesome.
Marathon running. I haven't done one of those in a while either.
You should definitely do one for Disney. I know that they're not doing it right now in Disney because of the Star Wars land, but I know that more towards, I think next year when they have it open, they're going to start doing runs again. But right now, all runs are done at Florida.
Yeah, the last time I did a run, actually the only time I've done a run was at Disney for the half.
Oh, that's right. You did the Avengers before they even took that shit away.
Yeah, apparently I didn't know that they took it away. But the sad thing is I missed the first fucking race by 10 minutes. It's like, it's the only medal I wanted.
Is it the Doctor Strange?
It was the Doctor Strange, but at the same time, it was the Infinity Gauntlet, the Mind Gem. The only gem I wanted was the Mind Gem, and it was that year. And I'm like, I missed it. And I was like, so mad that whole weekend that my friends were like, oh, well, you have an annual pass. Let's just go, like, ride some rides or something. I was like, I look like crap right now. I was supposed to do a run. Didn't even do that. And, like, walked around, like, all sweaty and crap and felt really gross. And
oh, yeah. I remember the first run. Me and Ruben did our first run there. It was a Star Wars inaugural, and I mean, we did this run, we pushed each other, and I mean, at the end, we were disappointed in the sense that it was just a plastic, like, metal. Like,
yeah.
And then they swapped it out that all medals now, like 5K, 10K, all those medals are now, like, metal.
Like actual metal medallions.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's
and
cool.
I was just like, all right, now kind of makes it worth it, but the runs are also expensive.
So why did they stop doing the Infinity Run?
Well, they didn't necessarily stop, but because of the whole, like, Star Wars build behind the park. Because most of the runs are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with the development of Star Wars Land, they took most of that out. Because it was just obviously unsafe to, like, run around in the back where they're building, like, Star Wars Land. And, I mean, now that it's built and it's ready to go, and May 31st I think they're opening
this year,
yeah.
Okay,
it's gonna be one of the craziest attractions. I'm hoping to go. I have my reservation, but the thing is, I'm also coming from Japan.
Nice.
So I'm gonna be going to Japan, gonna go to Disneyland
in Japan
for about 4 days.
You doing
so I'm literally wanting to do everything they have.
You doing the Disney? Was it the
Tokyo Sea?
Yeah.
Or Disney Sea?
Disney Sea or something.
And then Disneyland, and it's gonna be exciting.
Nice.
It's gonna be bomb.
So what's the difference? Do you know what the difference is between the different Disney parks?
No, I have no idea. I'm literally not even gonna spoil it for myself. I'm just gonna go in and just be surprised at everything. Like, I don't wanna, like, what is this? I don't want to spoil anything. I want to just go blind so I can literally experience everything. Because I think when you go in, it's like, okay, that doesn't look very, I'm not attracted to that, so I'm not going to even give it a chance.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like with Florida, like, when I first went, people were like, oh, do this, but don't do this. This one you could skip. I mean, because it's overseas and I'm probably never ever going to do it again.
True.
It's kind of like, I just want to just go in blinded. Let's do everything.
Did you already get your tickets for them, or do you have to buy them there?
I think I have to buy them there. I mean, I already have my money saved up for Japan, like the currency.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm ready to go. Here's the thing. I don't even know if I got approved from work to even go to Japan, but screw it, dude. Screw it. Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Why not take it? You can always find another job, just like you can always go on another vacation. Trip's already paid, so why? Why? It's Japan.
True. I want to eventually go to Japan. Hopefully this year. Maybe later on this year when I have time and funding and vacation and all that other stuff. But I don't know if Disney would actually be part of the trip.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, if you're a Disney fan, you have to at least go once, maybe twice, like in that trip.
I mean, do you think you can do the whole entire, like, say you're solo bound, you think you can do the entire park in like one day?
I think you have to, because they're two different parks. You definitely just have to do like one at a time.
Well, it's Disney Sea and Disneyland Japan, right? Those are the two different parks, or is Disneyland Japan two separate parks?
I think it's two separate parks.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to Google that later.
It's gonna be quite interesting.
Huh. Well, that would be pretty cool. I'm kind of jealous.
I mean, who can't say they're jealous because their friend's going to Japan?
Well, that, and then you're going to Disney Japan. I know one or two people that have been trying to go to every single Disney park internationally. Is that the right term?
Yeah.
Like, what is it? It's Hong Kong, Japan.
Shanghai.
Is Shanghai and Hong Kong the same one, or are they separate?
No, they're separate. They're both in China, obviously, but I mean, two different parks, two different areas. Hong Kong, and then Shanghai is the newest one out of all Disney parks.
Okay.
You got Japan. You also have Paris, and then obviously the one in LA and Orlando, and those are the 6.
So does Aulani count as?
I think that's just a private resort in Hawaii. I wouldn't say that's necessarily a park, because it's just a Disney-owned like resort. Like everything about it is just Disneyed out. But other than that, there's nothing like no roller coasters. Just like a water park or not a water park, but like their own private pool.
Okay. Huh.
So they have like, the lazy river. I mean...
Yeah, I've been to Aulani once. I've never actually explored it. Only when we were looking for those little action figure type things. Where are they? Like
Vinylmations?
Yeah. They don't do that stuff anymore, do they?
No. And I'm trying to get rid of mine.
You invested so much money.
Yeah. I invested so much money in Disney, and like... One of the things that haven't failed me are the pins. I mean, obviously, pins are like just the biggest thing in Disney.
And they still are.
Yeah, no, they still are. Vinylmations, not so much. Like, you run into the far and few, but...
Sorry, I had to...
No, that sounds very magical when you did that. Like, did you feel the Disney magic when you did that? I did.
A little bit, I guess. A little bit,
yeah.
I mean, it does make a magical tune. It's like...
Yeah, I felt like Sorcerer Mickey just did one of those. But, I mean, anyways, like, Vinylmations, like, I wasn't even into it. I was always into pins, and then a friend of mine just got me into it, and I was just like, all right, I'm hooked. And I think what ultimately brought me into the Vinylmation, like, collection was they incorporated a Star Wars version of it. And I was like,
oh yeah, because you're a big Star Wars person.
Oh, yeah. Big Star Wars fan. And I mean, I'm hoping that when Star Wars Land opens, that they ask the 501st, I will drive my ass down there, costume and everything, good to go. Let's march down Main Street all the way down to Star Wars Land. And that would be a dream for me. That's like probably a life goal. No joke.
501st?
501st. So 501st Legion is it's an organization with people that have movie accurate costumes from the movie Star Wars. And it could be any Star Wars movie. But yeah, so
if other people wanted to join this 501st thing, is there like a process that they gotta go to?
So the process is you have to log in, make an account on the actual 501st page.
And what page is that?
When you go on 501st Legion, you just Google it.
Google 501st Legion.
Yeah, and then you'll...
Legion.
Sure. I mean, I'm not a representative for them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
My steps were I just went to this page. I said, okay, I want to join this, group because I think it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things is you have to make when you go to the account, you have to make one, and then you have to do your research on what costume you want to build.
Okay.
Some people start off with the easy costumes, but mainly people go with the, your stormtrooper. And I mean, not a lot of people know, but there's like several types of stormtroopers in the sense that it may be just like a lens color or whatever.
In the headpiece.
Yeah. Or like, a signature like marking.
Okay.
Like, I didn't even know that. Like, there's a difference between the stormtroopers in episode 4 and 6.
Huh.
Yeah. It's crazy, but they look similar, and you wouldn't be able to tell
unless you're
looking like detail wise.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just my nose.
Allergies. I mean, it is spring now. Maybe, hopefully, if the sun.
So this is kind of off topic, but that guy is literally riding his bike. He's just doing laps around the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah, you'll see him come through, but
oh, that guy.
That guy. I don't know how many times he's gone around us, but...
I mean, he could be practicing. He looks like a cyclist type person.
So, yeah, back to... If Disney ever asked the 501st Legion, which I'm sure, because they've done it for, like, that, what is it called? Like, those Disney date nights and it's Star Wars theme. Have you heard of those?
No, actually.
Okay, so it's like they bring out all these characters, and the first time I think they done it, it was like a Star Wars theme. So they asked the SoCal. I don't know if it's SoCal like Legion, because up here it's going to be the Golden Gate Garrison.
Okay.
So I don't know what the SoCal Garrison's name is, but they also have a Central Valley like Garrison. But if they ever asked us like to do it, because I've seen them do it in Florida, I will volunteer and do that troop for sure.
Nice.
I don't care because they don't pay us. This is all volunteer work.
And it could be like 100 degrees outside, and you guys are in full on suits swimming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I can do.
No, because it's all plastic. There's nowhere for this.
No ventilation.
Yeah, there's no ventilation. That all this plastic.
You got so many people around you because it's like.
Oh yeah, and it's gonna be one of the busiest days there.
Claustrophobic. I'm like, now see, I noticed that cyclist.
and see, the thing about that is, people like to touch you.
Yeah, they do, and then they want to take pictures.
They want to take pictures, and I'm like, no, relax, man. And then one of the things I don't like to do is like if people like want to take a picture, and I'm not saying, oh, it's me, like if people want to take a picture, I mean, you got to have respect for the costume, man. You can't just be like, oh yeah, here, let me throw up the middle finger, or hey, let me like put up my beer, because I'm not about that.
Yeah.
Like I do this because I volunteer to, do it for kids. I bring, this organization brings that joy. Like, if you didn't see, like, last year when Han Solo came out, the actor and a few of, like, the members of the garrison, they went to a children's hospital.
Like, actually, like, the actual actor.
Yeah, like, the actual actor for Han Solo. The guy that played Han Solo. I don't know his name because that's just me. I mean, it's funny, but...
Yeah.
I don't know that guy's name to save my life. And it's not Harrison Ford. I know that much.
No.
But this dude went to the hospital with, like, the garrison, like, and a few volunteers. And who knew that they were going to do that?
What if Han Solo was Harrison Ford?
Well, he is, but not this young Han Solo.
Oh! Okay, wait. I'm confused. You're not talking about the original Han Solo actor.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about, like, young Han Solo, like, because they brought his story into the Star Wars play. And
oh, from that movie?
Yes.
I didn't see that movie.
Okay.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes. So, I mean, I know who Harrison Ford is, because, I mean, who can forget that guy? I mean, that guy's Han Solo and, was it Indiana Jones?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. See? So, I mean...
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, who would expect Darth Vader and a couple of stormtroopers coming to visit you?
Yeah, I mean...
And how it'd make you feel.
It's like your favorite superhero coming to life and, like, visiting you. Like, I think they did other things where there was a guy dressed as Spider-Man visiting children at the hospital, and it made them feel like they were superheroes, and it brings, like, joy to their face, and, like, oh my gosh, Spider-Man knows who I am.
That's the part that I like, is it brings them joy, because it's like you make an appearance and all, you have no face. They have no idea who you are, but you have this, mask, and they think, wow,
that actually is the person.
That's the guy, the movie's really right here.
Yeah. And then you have these other kids who got their dirty little fingers from their ice cream trying to touch your suit.
Yeah. That's why, I mean, you got to have someone that, overlooks you and helps you out with that too. So
a stagehand that they have.
It's I think what they call them is not stage handlers, but just handlers. Handlers. So like they pretty
people
much
that do the back scene of the magic.
So they'll ask, hey, do you want a picture? Hey, do you need some assistance while you adjust your costume? Things like that. And like, I'm kind of scared to put my costume on because I haven't done it since like December
of 3
last
months
year.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So last year, I didn't even throw my costume on, and dropping 15 pounds obviously is going to be a lot of weight in that plastic. So I don't know if it's going to be loose or if it's going to be.
Was it tailor made?
It is tailor made to fit exactly how you are.
Wow. How much does that run for?
My costume costs at least 15.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, I didn't have that kind of money. I just, I set a goal and I made it happen.
That's good.
In literally, I think the plan, it was done in 6 months.
You contracted is there a specific company that
No. I mean, I had my homie, who is a builder for costumes, so he had tons, and one of the costumes he built was a shore trooper, which I like the shore trooper in the sense that because it had battle damage to it. Like if I was to bang my costume and paint came off, I wouldn't have to worry about it or retouch it because it now added damage, battle damage.
Okay.
So I mean, if paint comes off, I'm like,
that's fine.
That's fine, yeah. Because it's supposed to look like it got, beat up. Like stormtroopers, they can't look like they got beat up. It has to have this, gloss, clean, white look. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, that's just too much maintenance because people be bumping into you and stuff.
And then you'll see marks and scuffs and everything.
Yeah, no, I've seen costumes that had
people stepping
rub
on
marks,
shoes and stuff. It's no respect whatsoever.
But yeah, my first troop is gonna be for the Novato, I think Ultragenics Patient Day, which is coming up on the 13th.
We're in March, so
yeah, so in April. So it's coming up. I probably have to repair some things because I think I saw a little loose ends there, so I'm just gonna have to tighten it up.
Okay.
But it's definitely fun. I mean, I like it because it brings joy to people, mainly the kids' faces. I mean, I don't mean to sound cruel, but I don't care for adults because they're not as excited as kids, It's like kids, they either get scared or they get excited to see you. And I mean, I always post this one picture of that girl, just some small girl just gripping my leg.
Really?
Yeah, it's totally crazy. And I think that's, I mean,
What about those kids that want to fight you because they're you're a bad guy or whatever?
See, that's the thing is they never see you as the bad guy. They know you're just from Star Wars,
I mean, there are
I mean, some people, sometimes I get Boba Fett, and I'm nowhere near that, man. Nowhere near that.
But if like someone was like really like a kid was really into Star Wars and like Darth Vader walked up and you'd be like, Darth Vader's here. Either they're gonna be scared
see,
or
that's the thing is like there's okay, so a lot of people confuse the TIE Pilot, which is another easy, I don't want to say easy costume, but it's like it's an easier moving costume in the sense that you only have a chest plate, you know, a chest piece, a helmet, and maybe like, you know, a few plastic wares here and there.
Okay.
See, the Stormtrooper, it's plastic everywhere. My Shore Trooper, plastic on the shins, you know, the belt, you know, it's a two-piece like upper body set, and then the entire arm.
Like, can you can bend your
I can bend my arm, yeah. So there's one piece that goes here, there's another piece that's just bicep, and then another piece that like a shoulder bell that kind of goes over the bicep.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty crazy, man. But
so
I mean, I love what I do for it. And see, the cool thing is you only have to do it once.
True.
So you only have to do one troop a year to even be an active member. So you can build this costume. I mean, of course, you'd want to do more troops in the sense that you spent that many dollars on it. And I mean, from what I heard, Darth Vader can be anywhere between $6,000 just for the costume to $11,000. Because, I mean, you got to think, that light piece,
yeah,
you know, the voice changer, the helmet itself, maybe even $600.
No, I remember my brother was asking for money to help me buy that for him, and I'm like, "Are you crazy? Like, why do you want that?"
Oh, dude. So if you want the cheap, dummy down version, Hasbro actually came with a Darth Vader because that was one of the things I bought Ashley. It was a Star Wars helmet.
Oh, okay.
And they actually came out. So they first started with, I think, Kylo Ren's mask.
Mm-hmm.
And then the following year they did Stormtroopers. And then from there, I think they did a Poe Dameron. And then the year after that, they did a Darth Vader. But it's definitely not movie accurate. It's kind of buggy to me.
Oh.
But, I mean, if you want the cheap version of it, that's the way to go.
Okay. Cool. Well, if anyone wants to, like, be a stormtrooper.
I mean, I got tons of helmet at home, dude. So, I don't even know what to do with them. I mean, I have them just to have them. I mean, I always wanted, I've done this Stormtrooper, the 501st, or not 501st, but the First Order Stormtrooper, and then I had it custom painted to Niners colors because, I mean, I'm a Niners fan. And
yeah.
That's one of the things I wanted done, and it, I got it done.
Nice.
Yeah, with all this costumes, I mean, I have another one that's coming up. So that way...
Your room's pretty small, too. Like,
yeah, my room is, like, definitely really small. I don't know how you fit
all of that stuff. Your figurines, your costumes, your toymation stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, crazy. It's like...
was it Marie Kondo? Is that her name?
I have no idea, but... And, I mean, there's just tons of Johnny Cupcake clothing there, too, so...
Jeez.
And I mean, that's one thing, like, Johnny Cupcake's right here, man. Hey,
it's Coco.
Yeah.
I just realized that.
Yeah. I got a ton of shirts. I usually like getting Disney stuff from him. Okay. And then I just wear it to Disneyland, and people ask me where'd I get it, and I'm said, mind your own business. Not really. Not really, but I tell him I get it at a boutique store, and I mean, whenever he comes out with stuff, it's just like, it's instantly sold out. Like,
yeah.
I think he released a Dumbo shirt not too long ago.
Okay. So, like...
And it sold out within 30 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, did I want it? Yeah, but I didn't really need it.
True.
So that's why I was just like, all right, I'm going to pass it up. I got Coco. I got this shirt. I got in a shirt and a sweater form. I don't know why I needed it. I was just like, hey, maybe it's for those, like, cold nights. Yeah. And then, summer I could still wear the shirt.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, in a way, it's...
I mean, you can buy multiple ones, and you can even cut them up if you want to turn
I should have just
chopped off
done
the
that.
sleeves. I don't know, something.
Yeah, show them gains, dude.
But speaking of working out, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I think on that note, that wraps up this week's episode. I'm Potter.
I'm Mark.
And this was
Disney.
I guess.
And just talking about everything Disney related.
Cool. Check you guys next week.
Peace.